Hello and welcome everyone to today's video. So as you can see, we have a set booster from Strixhaven School of Mages to open here. Let's take a look at the packaging and we get all of our schools there in the back there. We got Silverquill, Prismari, Witherbloom, Lorehold, and Quandrix. So yeah, let's just dive right into it and see how well we do. This is it's always an exciting time when we get a new set. Okay, so let's pop open the top here and see how it looks. Okay, so we have booster packs galore over here. Okay, so let's see. So these are 12 card set boosters. Ooh, exciting. All right. All right, we're off to a great start. And oh, it did open though. It did open quite nicely. I mean, it's okay not having all the commons, right? I mean, we want to get to the good stuff. Okay, so let's see what the proper way to open these is. All right, art card is first. Okay, so totally forgot there were art cards in this. So, but there's some beautiful art in this set, so that's okay. Oh, there's our land. All right, so fly through these commons and just get to the good stuff. Wormhole Serpent. I like the image there. Academic Dispute, Eye Twitch. Ooh, we get our mythic in the first pack, Crackle with Power. I believe this isn't one of the high-end mythics, but hey, I ain't gonna complain about a mythic. So pretty cool. It looks kind of intimidating when you first see the triple X's, but then when you actually read it, it essentially deals 5 damage to one target, 10 damage to 2 targets, etc., etc. So it scales pretty nicely. And we get a Swords to Plowshares. That's pretty cool, opening up a Swords and a pack of Magic in this day and age. And we get a Pigment Storm to go along with our Pest Token. Yeah, that is it's pretty awesome to still open up packs and get stuff like Swords to Plowshares in it, given how iconic that card is. All right, so we have our. Ooh, that's a cool looking art. I don't even know what I'm looking at, but it looks cool. All right, and there's islands. So it's cool because the regular set draft boosters don't have the basics in it. So it's nice to see the art in them. Oh, the basic land. Cram Session, love the name. Ooh, Professor Zumancy. Fancy. Moldering Karok. Ooh, the Woe Eater. And we get Paulo Vitor Domodoroso, Pablo Doritos himself. Pretty cool. And to go along with a Chaos Warp. And we hit a Hunt for Specimens. And our first list card is Swift Boots. The Boots. Gonna be honest, I totally forgot about the set cards. The list cards, I mean. I had a bit of a brain fart there. That's nice to open one though. It's still a little weird to me that core sets have new cards, which, I mean, if you've been playing since like M10, it's nothing new, but it's just so weird to see sometimes that like a card's first appearance was in a core set, because I'm used to just core sets being 100% reprints. Let's flip around the right way. All right, so we have this statue here. This is the Introduction to Prophecy. Pretty cool looking. All right, and then let's get to our cards. Leech Fanatic. Ooh. And the Pests. Does not look like the Penguin from Gotham. Like, well, I can't remember the actor's name, but that looks just like him in my eyes. All right, another Dina Soulseeper. Ooh, we get another mythic. So this is Extus Ulrich Overlord, and I believe this is the only black-red card in the set, and only like an ally color card in the set. Awaken the Blood Avatar. So pretty cool. I like it. I like it. And we get an Abundant Harvest. So I think this is the Modern Horizons 2 spoiler card, kind of, that you reveal, choose land or non-land, reveal until you've hit the card of the type and put it in your hand. Pretty awesome. And we get a foil Day of Judgment. So pretty cool. And you can notice it is, I don't see a lot of warping on that, so that's awesome to see. our one. So that was a double archive pack. Not too shabby. So that would have been pretty cool as Wrath of God as well. They printed Wrath instead, but I'm not in charge of these kind of things. Ooh, there's a Withered Bloom card, and that is the command. Yeah, awesome. Looked familiar. And we get a rare right at the start of the pack. So Teachings of the Archaics. So let's put that there. And let's see. So sometimes these almost feel like they're themed. Like clearly, what is this? Like every card is uncommon in Withered Bloom. So this is like Withered Bloom, I guess, themed. And we get Sedgemoor Witch, and a Doomblade, and a foil Experimental Growth. So that one's kind of cool. Leads to a lot of blowouts. And we get another list card. So this is Grim Haruspex. And that is not the art I remember for Grim Haruspex. So I don't know what happened with that, if they had to change the art on that, or if there's some reason they couldn't use the original art. I don't remember. I don't remember hearing anything about it, but there's probably a valid reason why they did that. That card was big back in when it was in standard in the Nantuko Husk decks that would bring all your creatures back, and then you'd sack them all and draw a bunch of cards. And one of the unfun decks to play against in standard at the time. It was that white sorcery that would bring them all black. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like double white X, and you paid whatever the mana cost was, and it brought everything back for the turn. I'm just blanking on the name right now. Ooh, Withered Bloom Apprentice. So this is a big one I had in Legacy, where you can go infinite with it pretty easily, with some cards from Onslaught. Allow you to copy themselves. So that's the one thing with this set, is all the cards that have Magecraft, it triggers off copies, which these cards never would do. So that's why you're seeing these kind of combos come out of nowhere. And we get Sparring Regiment. So I think I hit one of those in my pre-release kits. So cool to see. And an Opt. There's an Opt, along with a Eureka Moment and foil. It is a little disappointing though with the foils now, just because they're in collector boosters, they're in regular, draft boosters, and they're in set boosters. That there's really no, excitement in terms of opening like a foil one. They look nice. I'm glad they're making flat ones. Ooh, I like the elemental art. That's cool. But it's just not as exciting as it used to be when you open those kind of cards. Ooh, this is one of the Elder Dragons, I believe. This is Villamachus Lorehold. Nice. And we get a foil Island. It's very pretty. And I will say there's just like no curling on the cardstock, so I think they've done a good job of solving the cardstock issue, at least for this batch. Rutha Mercurial Artist. Ooh, the flames. The flames. Ooh, and we get Retriever Phoenix. So 4 mana, 2/2 flying haste. And enters the battlefield. If you cast it, learn. And then if it's in your graveyard, if you would learn, you may instead return it to the battlefield. So kind of a cool take on the Phoenix effect by being able to recast it. And we get a Grape Shot. So there it is. Just a guy there putting his hands down and killing everyone around him. To go along with a foil Ageless Guardian. Art Club Prismari. That cool token. All right, so there we go. This is Spectre of the Fens, that card, on our art card. I don't know how to feel about the art cards, to be honest. I mean, they're interesting. I would not pay anything extra on the pack. Like, if I could make these packs cheaper to not have them, I would 100% do that. Yeah, I don't know if there's a big market for them. They're interesting. I'm just not a big fan. Ooh, when we get a Hofree Ghost Forge. So this card has a lot of text on it and does a lot of things. I just don't know if it seems like it's probably too expensive to be a big player. Oh, and we get a Withered Bloom Command. That's a really cool one. Get it? And Claim the Firstborn. Yeah, that's one I like. I like the Goblin there, stealing the child. Kind of take on the original art, a different take. And we get a foil Callous Blood Mage, who does a bunch of cool stuff. And another list card. I had to look for a second because I'm not familiar. I think is it the Battle Bond logo? I don't remember. This is Jubilant Mascot. So there you go, support card. I don't really know too much about Battle Bond. Oh yeah, I guess I should look at the bottom of the card. It has a set, it says Battle Bond on it. I'm guessing being uncommon, it's probably just one of those Squire type cards. It's in there just to put something fun in there. Ooh, look at that one. I wonder if they put the Mystical Archive cards on these at all. This is Negate. That probably answers my question. All right, so we get a Forest in the foil variety. And let's see, my little owl buddy there. Humiliate, so that's not bad. It's kind of like Castigate, except Castigate Exile, but then this puts a +1 counter on a creature, so you know, a little bit of variant to that effect. And we get another a Snarl here, my second Snarl. This is time it's a black-white Snarl. And Village Rites. So that one's I'm pretty excited about. I like the art on the Village Rites. I would enjoy getting a playset of these. I'll definitely have to go try to find them. And we hit Curate as a foil. And there is a Secret Lair ad to go along with the back of our Inkling token. So I really do like those Inkling tokens. They look pretty cool. They're like evil kind of creatures. All right, so this is Defiant Strike. It's weird how a lot of the art cards, they don't actually, they're you know, you kind of have to look at them a different angle or a different way than they appear on the card. Like the orientation is what you'd expect, I guess is the correct way to say that. All right, sudden breakthrough, closing statement. All right, here's our rare. So Archmage Emeritus. So this one I remember, you know, has a lot of parallels to some other cards. I just feel like it's probably too expensive. There's like Vidalcan, like it's Archmage that draws a card when you play an artifact. And this one does have the, you know, copy and instant or sorcerer's rider as well, so maybe that'll push it across. But these cards I think tend to end up being, you know, too expensive for 60 card decks, but we'll see. And we get Gift of Estates. So that's a really cool cool effect. I think it's been a while since that card's been printed. I think it was in one of the like 10th edition or something. That was the last time I remember seeing it. And we get Expanded Anatomy foil. And we get Uvenwald Mysteries from the list. And we're just knocking these list cards out. So that one was always interesting. So the art looks a little bit different. It looks like it maybe is zoomed in a little bit. It does not look like at least the original scaling, if not the original art. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the art in this set for the list cards. I don't know. I'll have to take a look and see if I can find out why. For that I'm going crazy, and these cards are all the way they naturally were. Ooh, we get a signed Jenna Richards. Will they write it all? Not even close. Olena Richards. I apologize. Olena. But I don't know where you get the O out of that signature. So, in my defense. Oh, I guess nope, they just didn't put a no. Okay. So there you go. That's my defense. They did not write the O there. How am I supposed to know? Without being familiar with the artist ahead of time. How? Ooh, another Leonin Light Scribe. I think that almost gives me a playset between the release kits and stuff I opened. And we get a Time Warp. Wow, that is a beauty. I love that art. Just, it's one of those cards where you'd see this art and the card would be kind of like some kind of take on like an older card or like a chance to kind of remake a card and end up not really taking off. But, you know, Time Warp is a pretty decent card, so I think this one's a safe bet to have see some play. And I love I love everything about that one. And then Access Tunnel. Interesting. Kind of more of a plain Jane kind of name. And then we get our Spirit. Yeah, Time Warp is a nice one. I don't know the value of it, but I do enjoy just looking at the card, and I think it looks really nice as the whole presentation with it. Ooh, this is the Mythic Demon we got earlier. we're just flying through these ones. Accomplished Alchemist. These are rare, so it looks like kind of a more expensive mana dork. And we get Whirlwind Denial. So that's they're running, I guess, out of options for standard. And then Tome Shredder. Huh. That's not what I think of if you told me the card's name was Tome Shredder. It's a wolf ripping apart some books. So I guess mechanically it probably fits. There we go. Whatever that card is, not sure. But we must move on. This is the Lord Hold pack, I guess. Alright, so we get Flame Scroll Celebrant, which turns into Revel in Silence. I'm not too familiar with all the cycles, so it's always kind of a surprise. Silver Quill Command, so it's a card. And we get an Infuriate, so to go along with a Mage Duel. So this pack had just a lot of, and there's a useless double token card. A lot of just cards. You know, nothing too exciting, but hey, they can't all be winners, right? All right, so let's see what we got here. Ooh, looks like a Prismari card. Fractal Summoning. Looks like we got a green Mystical Archive card. So we get Strixhaven Stadium. Yeah, this one's kind of weird just because I think it's going to make you a target if you play that kind of card in Commander. So, you know, it's interesting design, but I don't know how great it ends up being. Ooh, Cultivate, nice. There's our Sunflower in the background. And Quandrix Cultivator. So lots of cultivating going on in this pack in our Fractal token. Oops, wrong packs. Alright, so there is that. Okay. Ooh, I like the Spirit Dog. I like that we're getting more dogs now, especially with the last core set having all the dark dog support finally. So they are coming. And then we get Culling Ritual. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Add green or black for each permanent destroyed this way. Huh. Seems like a sideboard card, but pretty cool one. And then we get Agonizing Remorse. Ooh, I do like the art in the background. That's, you almost feel the remorse. And Foil Cultivate, very nice. And again, these cards are, you know, they did a good job making them not curled at all. So kudos to Wizards on that. And that's, I think, the Shadix Silver Quill, so that's the dragon for Elder Dragon for that school. And we get Explosive Welcome, another Acalis Blood Mage to go along with a Dark Ritual. I know like Ritual doesn't see a lot of play in many formats because it's, you know, so good. I really like the art on that though. I think it looks cool. Evil dude, and we get a Foil Elemental Summoning. Yeah, it just looks cool, like the way his everything's kind of glowing, and he's got that eye, that creepy eye. I just like the way it looks. Ooh, we got is it the Lorehold command? There it is. I'm picking it up. Practical Research. Umbrajuk, and then we get Radiant Scroll Wielder. That's cool. So they're taking advantage of the spells. Sources have spells and sources you can show off lifelink. So that was on that Minotaur card, the Biobox one, from a few sets a while ago. So that's getting implemented more often. And we get I get my second God's Willing. Nice, nice. And Eager First Year. So for all those feather decks, you get some pretty God's Willings to play with. Team Pennant, I like it. Oh, we get another Snarl. I mean, these weren't my favorite kind of cards back when they were in the Allied colors from Shadows over Innistrad. But, you know, I think in the right deck they can be solid. 2-color deck. Ooh, a Shock. And Access Tunnel. So that's our second foil Access Tunnel. And we end up with a Living End. Ooh. A little disappointed they didn't go with the original art and everything for Living End. I think that's from... It's got the Tempest symbol, but that's, I think, from the Vault series version of it that came out. So they're not doing quite like exact reprints. Seems like they're taking some liberties now with them in terms of like modifying them. Though I did recently pick up a set of Goblin Lore, and they had Portal, so they're pretty sick. All right, Baleful Mastery. So this is one of those, part of that cycle that has a drawback if you want to make it spell cheaper. And an Eliminate. Nice, solid. To go along with a Prismari Campus. Stuff's flying all over. Yeah, I don't think we really hit anything expensive in our list cards so far, but I think there's not as many, so the odds are. But I've been pretty good. I've usually hit like one decent one in every set booster, so fingers crossed that continues. But I mean, there's so many that aren't worth anything. Fix these piles a little bit, get a little bit messy. All right, so there's our Silver Quill guy, and Snow Day. Ooh, that's almost like today because it's actually snowing out right now, or at least there's some flurries. This card I think has some potential. I've heard people talk about it, whether it actually gets there or not. In other older formats, we'll see. And we get Jad Z, Oracle of Arcavios, which is Journey to the Oracle. And you can see we had that controversy with the wrong mana cost, but you can see that it is 4 mana. And we end up with a double major. Ironically enough, double cards, double major. And Snakeskin Veil. Ooh, I like the art on that. That's cool. That's a pretty good, handy one. And a foil Rip Apart. So this is kind of the one I think that's being talked about as being potentially played modern just because of how much utility it has. Whether it replaces stuff like the, I want to say Waxwing, but that's the green-white split card. The one that's the Boros one that does artifacts or enchantments or infuse it for both. Whether that card gets replaced in sideboards, we'll have to see with that one. But maybe. Quandrix, Field Trip, love it. Grinning Ignis. So this is a reprint from Time Spiral Block. Good spot for it though. We'll see how good it is. Ooh, Conspiracy Theorist. So this was a little pretty exciting. I've seen that mentioned in some modern decks. And we get a Strategic Planning. So cool art on that. And a foil Essence Infusion. The Infusion of Essence. All right, so we're down to our last set of packs here. I mean, we've hit a decent amount of... Move this down. Okay, we've hit a decent amount of mythics, I think. At least 3 I can think of off the top of my head. And then we've hit 4 list cards. So I think we'll probably see a few more of those, hopefully. We'll hit another home run one. All right, so there's some sort of person in agony. Agony guy. There's a Rip Apart. And we get another Invalda, Dean of Perfection. Along with a Lore Hold Command. So kind of the expensive command. And Revitalize. Poop. All right, big play, big play. Yep, so that was 2 rares. And they certainly were 2 rares, so I can say that with honesty. That's what they were. And that was 2 rares in the pack. All right. Ooh, looks like a Quandrix card. All right. Ooh, I like the Frog Wizard. Very cool. Secret Rendezvous. Ooh, and we get Selfless Glyph Weaver and Deadly Vanity, sorry. So it looks like the removal spell is on the back side there. And we get Dragon Guard Elite So pretty cool. Gets bigger every time you play it. Ooh, and a duress. Nice. Don't know if I love the art. I definitely would probably play the original duress art over that, but it's cool. It's interesting. And a foil wormhole serpent. Pest token. Yeah, it's different. The duress art, but I mean, you can't beat the original in my eyes. Like the Urza Saga duress art is, I think, by far the best duress art I've seen and probably will ever see in my lifetime. Until they come out with a super duper deluxe edition. Whoa, that thing got just destroyed. I don't know if you can see it in the light, but that you can see like the side there just got a little. It's definitely bent too. You can see the light there. Yeah, that definitely got bent. I mean, that's a huge loss. It's a land, but all right. Illuminate history, and it's not double. See, keep thinking these cards are double-sided when they're not. But it is a little disappointing to get a bent card in the pack. Like, Hall Monitor. That's funny. Little dinosaur. It is a little disappointing to get a bent card though. All right, and then Dramatic Finale. So a little bit of token love there. And Negate. So there is the art from Negate. That Negate does look nice. I mean, I'm still partial to the magical player rewards Negates with the Jaces, but if I didn't have those would certainly be ones I'd be looking at. And then Ardent Dust Speaker. And our Inkling. I mean, I don't know, something about the blue I think looks really nice on the Mystical Archive cards. They did a really good job at matching the blue. So maybe that's why I like them, those kind of cards so much. Oh, and there's some kind of, this is Biomathematician. Ooh, math and bio. All right, so solve the equation, the sites of denial, and we get the Quandrix Snarl and a Natural Order Mystical Archive. Wow. I don't know what's going on in that art, but I think it's being dropped in from the circle. I don't know, but it's still pretty cool to open up a Natural Order in a booster pack. I mean, this card is just so freaking powerful, right? How can you beat that card? Silver Cool Pledge Mage. Certainly not with Silver Cool Pledge Mage. You know, it's basically a tutor for Trigger Hook Behemoth, or depending on the format, you can get, you know, Progenitus. You know, it's like a handful of just big, beefy green creatures that it tutors for. Ooh, there's a little Quandrix action going there. All right, and we get Basic Conjuration as our lesson. No, sorry about that. My hands gotta reposition them. And Vulnerable Warslinger. So this is the interesting card in that it can it has a very powerful effect, but it just needs to deal damage to your opponent, which, you know, I'll have to see if that's gonna get there in the end. And Defiant Strike, and I really love this artwork because you can see the soldier just getting ready to deliver the crushing blow. And expel. Poor elephant got expelled. So yeah, that Defiant Strike is quite nice. I probably would definitely play with those ones if I was playing a deck, again, like a feather deck or something that ran Defiant Strike in the format of your choosing. Because those cards are going to go hand in hand, right? +1/+0 drawing cards. Seems pretty good. All right, and this is Kian, Dean of Substance, and also Ibrahim, Dean of Theory. So that's the Quandrix Dean. And we get a Gnarled Professor. A pretty beefy learn creature. To go with a Tendrils of Agony. Wow. Okay, that makes sense then. I can see the tendrils now. And it's nice because obviously if you're playing Legacy Storm decks, then you don't need many copies of this card. So you just need to grab, you know, 1 or 2. And we get a foil Divine Gambit. Well, it looks cool. How about that? That's all what I can say about Divine Gambit. You know, as being one of the first cards I spoiled, it certainly kind of comes off as being kind of funny when you look at it. This is why that was chosen, but if you want to understand you need to pick standard cards, it makes more sense. So that card is just not good. It's just not good. So I mean, they went funny with the art, so I appreciate that at least. I mean, the card's gonna be unplayable. You might as well make some fun art with it. And there's that mythic card we got earlier. I cannot remember the name of, even if you paid me $1 million. Relic Sloth, I love the name. And here he is, Valentin, the Dean of the Vein, and Lizette, Dean of the Root. I like it. And then we hit another mythic, so Magma Opus. So this is my second Magma Opus. And a Thrill of Possibility, to go along with a Killian Ink Duelist. In the sad Simian Spirit Guide, and a poor Simian Spirit Guide. Oh, Time Spiral Remastered. Now this, just finally getting reprinted, and has very few homes. All right, good news. This, what's that one? That is Lightning Bolt. Wow, I would not have thought that was a red card. There's a lot of yellow and kind of greenish tones in there. All right, so good news. This one is not bent. So it's just apparently that one foil swamp. Start from scratch. Nice name. This is the Lord Hole pack, which goes into a Quandrix pack. And Hall of Oracles. So looks like now these cards can sometimes be innocuous in that you think they're like kind of bad, and then they end up finding a home in a deck and they're really solid. And the fact that this one just has a tap ability reminds me of the green one. The oh, I can't remember. It comes from one of the Zendikar sets, and it comes to play tapped, and it can put a counter on a creature at the end of the battlefield this turn. And that card did see some play, so I mean, there's a chance this one might. A slim, but it does also have the ability to add 1 mana of any color, so it does have an alternate method of casting. And yeah, just in case you need more Divine Gambits, here they are. And we get a foil pop quiz and a Loyal Unicorn. So this is from Commander 18. Nice. The art is very nice. I like that art. It's got Lieutenant. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, prevent all damage that be dealt to creatures you control this turn. Other creatures you control gain vigilance until end of turn. That's a pretty sweet ability. Yeah, Lieutenant is it's a pretty nice effect. I mean, it asks you to put your commander in play, but oh, there's the non-signed version of that card that we opened earlier. But if you can do it, then it's pretty sick. All right, second last pack, Divide by 0. Then we have Dream Strix as our rare. So it has the illusion effect where if it gets targeted, it dies. And we get a D-Spark. That is pretty cool art, though. Definitely a lot more color than a lot of the other Mystical Archive cards. Not sure how much play D-Spark sees now, but it's cool nonetheless. And we get Ogari Battleseer. Gogyar? I don't know. That was my best. My best guess was right there. Okay, and then we got our last pack. So we'll do a little bit of inventory because I'm just curious to see a couple things about the Mystical Archives and such. All right. So I guess we're not getting a list card in the last pack. Womp womp. All right, so we get Plarg, Dean of Chaos. Ooh. And Augusta, Dean of Order. Very cool. And now we get a full art, Casmina, Enigma Sage. And I wish the card was a little bit better because that is very beautiful to look at. Very nice. And a Crozen Grip. So it kind of reminds me of the original art in that it's showing the item being destroyed through time and like the bubbles and split second and all that good stuff. Pretty cool. And we get a Mage Hunter foil. And there it is. Okay, so let's see how we did. So list cards, we ended up with, looks like we got 7 total. So that sounds about right. Yeah, I don't know if any of these are worth anything. I'm gonna guess no. So that's fine. I don't really consider the list cards a huge part of the set, given that there's so many and the number you're going to open is so small. So let's take a look at our archive cards and just do a quick rundown on how many rares and mythics and such we got. Just to see, I mean, I'm curious to see what our numbers ended up being. So I ended up with a decent number of uncommons, more than I thought I had been opening. That's mythic, yeah, okay. Alright, so there's all of our all of our cards. So we did end up, I think, with 3 foils. So we got Cultivate Divine Gambit and, of course, the Day of Judgment. And we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 uncommons. And then let's get to the rares. So we end up with 3, 6, 9, 10. So we end up with 10 rares. Okay, not bad. So it looks like about half were, uncommon, and the other half were that. And we got 4 mythics, so that's pretty sick. I don't remember off the top of my head how many there are in total, but that's a pretty good number to hit. If you're just looking at mythics count. Though I don't know the archive how rare or not rare that is. And then I just want to quickly let's look at the. I just want to see for mythics how we ended up doing. Because that's always interesting to see with these set boosters. What your final count ends up being, because so I think we ended up with 6 mythics, so that's pretty strong. That's pretty good. And then we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 36 rares. That includes the foils as well. So, I mean, if you're looking at just in terms of like a regular box, this is, definitely better than a regular box would give you in terms of like foils and in terms of like rares and mythics, right? And even looking at the mystical archive cards. So yeah, thanks for watching. And if you did enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe, support the channel, and I'll see you back here for another box of Strixhaven Set Boosters. Take care. Bye.